How's it going, everybody? What's up? No, I was purposely muted. I had to run and get water real quick before I started. Yeah, we're still stuck in the lab, chat, if you can believe it, which I'm sure you can. I'm sure that's very easy to believe.
Welcome back.
Hey, Mr. Salty Eye Cream, thank you for the 75 months. Wow. That's a lot of time. How many of these emo- I hate the text limit. Thank you for the 75 months. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We are still stuck in the lab. It's been over 50 hours now. Help. Help. I haven't seen the sun. I'm starving. Professor Oak is charging me rent. When are they gonna kick me out of this Pokemon Center? I'm stuck in here, too. It's diabolical, chat. Diabolical. Well, we'll hopefully get some good resets in tonight, and maybe my shiny will show up. Maybe. Yeah, last time we did a Dynamax adventure, which that was fun. I'd be down to do another Dynamax adventure next week. I didn't even get a shiny either. It was just nice. Just nice to take a break. You just got out of the lab. Nice. You're stuck at the game corner. Yeah, I noticed last time I did this, a lot of you said there's a few people on Eevee, a few people who were in the game corner, some few people still stuck on the starter. I guess that's the full odds experience though, isn't it? We're getting the full taste of the full odds experience. Alright, we made it to 3870 for Charmander and 3400 for Carp. Alright. Oh, my stream deck isn't ready. There it is. Okay. Alright, chat, let's do it. Let's do it to it. Double hunt Deoxys. Oh, that's fun. Good luck. There have definitely been a few people I've seen shiny hunting Deoxys. I've slowed down? Not really. Alright, already getting our good resets going, chat. Let's do it. I hope I can get Charmander before 4,000, but you know, we'll see. What's up, everybody? How's it going? In the middle, that is Beta Whooper, also known as Booper. I have the next two targets ready. They're on my layout, hidden right now, waiting. Waiting for the day that they can be shiny hunted next. Yeah, this sounds like oh, we got an adamant Charmander. Oh, this is Twilight Princess. We have some Zelda related. Actually, we have some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. The weird Mario movie that really was Star Fox. That really was him. Alright. Star Fox and Pikmin. Are we gonna get a Smash Brothers movie? The Mario Cinematic Universe. The MCU. The MCU. I actually watched a interview with Donald, because they're doing all the press stuff now, because the movie is out in like less than a week. Yeah, it's out next Wednesday. It's out on the 1st. So they've been doing all their press stuff now. And Donald Glover made me laugh because he said the greatest compliment he got is when they first revealed the Yoshi trailer. And he said he saw people that said, wow, thank God they didn't cast a celebrity. Ooh, another adamant mander. Canon to the Mario universe? I mean, Fox has his own poster. I don't know how much screen time he'll get, but he's clearly part of the movie. I also think it's kind of... I've seen a few people complain, which was met with weird hostility on Twitter, but everything you tweet is met with weird hostility over there. But people were saying, like, why didn't they just save this reveal for the movie? They just couldn't wait. It kind of sucks, though, that we're in an era where just nothing can be a surprise. Remember when Sony would cut Spider-Man trailers and literally show you, like, the last shot in the movie? That's how it feels. That's kind of how it feels. 120 stream streak, nice. Samus? I could see her being in there. I could see her being in there. Now that you say that, I could see a small Samus cameo. What if she spoke? That'd be crazy. She did speak in Super Mario RPG? That's funny. Captain Falcon. It's interesting to me how they're kind of using, like, the Mario Galaxy premise to do this, like, cinematic universe thing. Think about all the guy that was like, wow, they're gonna do all Rosalina and the Lumas. No, you get Star Fox now. I'm sure, I mean, I hope Rosalina still gets a decent backstory. The movie is only a little tiny bit longer than the first one, so it's not a long movie. I don't know how they're gonna fit. I don't know how they're gonna fit all that content in a movie that's like a little... It's like 80 minutes? A little more than 80 minutes? Miyamoto, though, pissing me off. First time I see Star Fox in years and he's in a movie and not a video game. Alright, dude. Well, shall we talk about the Nate the Hate stuff? Justin's favorite guy. We got some leaks to talk about, chat, which, of course, grain of salt. Nate has been wrong before, but he's also been correct, so. Oh, that's a... Tyler, you linked me a YouTube video. Well, I need an actual... Need the hate list. What did he say? What's up, everybody? How's it going? Okay, so let me go down the list. So we're gonna start off no general direct. Ooh, this one's kind of hard, chat. This is a hard Mario-shaped pill to swallow. No general direct until June of 2026. So nothing for April. And nothing in May. Ooh, that's gonna suck. Next thing says, new Star Fox game coming to Switch 2. Classic style. Visuals are very good. Online multiplayer. Might be revealed within the next month. So it seems like they do want to, in fact, capitalize on Fox being in the movie. What does... I can't even, like, visualize what a new Star Fox game would look like. Is it going to be a traditional on rails, or are they going to try for something quirky in open world? Nintendo's been big fans of open world lately. Alright, next up, it says Summer 2026, Splatoon Raiders. So we'll finally learn more about that. When did we even learn about Splatoon Raiders to begin with? Yeah, he said it was a traditional Star Fox, so I guess that does mean on rails. They probably made it for, I guess it would depend on if it has a lot of cutscenes in it. It sounds like a more cheaply made game. If they're just gonna do traditional on rails. So Splatoon Raiders, and Fire Emblem game, Rhythm Heaven Groove, and Switch Sports. Unsure if it's new or a port. So they're gonna do like a Wii Sports, but for Switch? Or a re-release of an old one? Here's something exciting. The next bullet point says, Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition planned for 2026. Yes, please. I've been waiting. I have been waiting. Yeah, it's funny, Tyler. We need a winter level for both Pikmin 4 and Pokopia. They gotta give us the snow levels through all the DLC. Okay, here's another big one, chat. And I feel like this one has been talked about on and off for like the past 10 years. Ocarina of Time remake for Switch 2 coming in the second half of 2026. What do we think? Does that sound believable? Is it actually gonna happen? Is it actually gonna happen, chat? I didn't buy it. I keep checking when I haven't even bought the fish yet. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We're still stuck in Oak's lab. Ocarina of Time remake not needed. You hope not? I think this is the ultimate price of games taking longer, because they just will not have a 3D Zelda ready. I think they want to have a movie tie-in, because they're filming the Zelda movie. Don't forget the Zelda live-action movie, which... oh, that's going to be... I can't wait to see the internet the day that trailer drops, chat. It's gonna be so interesting to see. Oh, I wish I could take all New Horizons music out of these playlists! What were we talking about? Can't believe we never got a Mario movie tie-in. I know. Well, the movie made $1 billion, so... Nintendo made serious bank either way. Timid Charmander. Alright, what else do we have on here? We have no 3D Mario in 2026. But it's coming in 2027. I feel like that tracks. If there was going to be a 3D Mario this year, I think they would have released it alongside the movie. It's obviously not ready yet. We have to wait another year. I cry. I refuse to believe that the Mario team on Bonanza was all, like, these games take so long to make now. They've had to have been working on a 3D Mario game for years. And then Dusk Bloods is coming later, 2026. Dusk Bloods is the, Souls game. Elden Ring! Yeah, the timeline for that just doesn't seem like it lines up. Pokemon Wind Waker. I just saw, before I went live, I saw a tweet from First Four Figures. They are making King of Red Lions with Wind Waker Link. That's fun. Always like their Zelda statues. Wow, no Nintendo Direct until June is kind of wild. Yeah, the Sony increased the prices. Do we think... Oh, there's a modest Charmander. Rolling a lot of males tonight. Last time we rolled a lot of ladies. It's boys' night. I feel like most of the stuff Nate said feels believable. I mean, the Ocarina of Time remake, again, I feel like we've been discussing that on and off for like a decade. Is it finally gonna happen? Is it actually gonna happen? What is it gonna look like? If they remake Ocarina, if that's true, what is it gonna look like? Is it gonna be in, like, the Breath of the Wild engine? Are they gonna do any changes to it, or is it gonna be like, you get access to Master Quest? Focus L. Secret Stone? Demon King? Was that the imprisoning war? Yeah, the remake for the 3DS was great. I thought they killed it. Less so for the Majora's Mask remake, but at least Ocarina came out nice. Yeah, the outrageous price, which is $5, by the way, because this game just clearly uses yen. So 500 Poké-Dollars is like $5. How will we ever financially recover? An outrageous $5. Got this Magikarp cheaper than I could have got like a drink at a coffee shop. And millennials buying their fishes. Bottle of Moo Moo milk. What would you rather have? A bottle of milk Or this lovely fish. Miss Carp, are you shiny? You are not. You got your shiny Deoxys? Nice. Both Microsoft and Sony have done price increases now, I think, right? Do you think Nintendo's gonna increase the prices? Yeah, the episode where James buys the Magikarp and it evolves is so iconic. Nintendo, don't do it. I still feel like if they had come out with the Switch 2 a little bit sooner, it would have been a tiny bit cheaper. I think Nintendo already was getting a little bit mogged by the rising costs of everything. But yeah, I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. Especially since I know a lot of people just don't have a Switch 2 yet. And if they don't have a Switch 2 yet, you know, will it really look that much more appealing if it costs $100 more? Misty would feel about Glisopod. They should pair her up with Guzma. That would be funny. 600. That's just insane. For what? To play what games? For that library? Sure, guys. See how it works out for them. I mean, that's pretty much what kind of pushed me to want to get a Switch 2, is because we were talking about this last year, how they could potentially raise the price. Glad you got your Switch 2 and you did. Yeah, me too. Me too. I really hope they don't. Good melancholic music for this conversation. Everything costs $500 billion now. The magnetic Joy-Cons more than the plastic slider ones. Yes, the Switch 2 I think is a genuinely a nice console upgrade. It feels premium. It doesn't feel cheap. And I agree, the magnetic Joy-Con, sometimes I think if I pick them up, pick my Switch up by the Joy-Con, which I shouldn't do, it could feel like it's gonna fall off, but it never has. Another timid Charmander. Break the Switch 1 with a small gust of wind. That's what's so crazy. When you get a Switch 2 and you hold it up to your Switch 1, it makes your Switch 1 feel like a toy. And I love the Switch 1. Like, the Switch 1 is great. I'm playing it right now. The little console who could. It's still chugging. Okay, we finally rolled a lady for 3,900 Charmander. Oh my god, that's so many. Oh, you went from the light to the Switch 2? Wow, that's probably even more crazy. Shiny Mander and... Ooh, Shiny Totodile and Heart Gold. That's a good one. Yes, I agree. The Switch 1 stand, that's one of the greatest improvements on the Switch 2, the stand. It is such a night and day difference. I really appreciate being able to charge the Switch 2 from either end as well. Like, you wouldn't think that that's a really useful feature, but sometimes it is. Sometimes it really is. I think the only thing about the Switch 2, besides the boring color palette, that I don't really care for is that the battery is not super duper impressive. It will definitely die on you after a few hours in handheld mode. But I don't play handheld mode all that often, so that's not a huge con for me, but it would be nice to see them eventually come out with a Switch 2 with a better battery. Yeah, they haven't done YouTube yet. Let's do a double check. Steam Deck OLED? That's gotta be crazy. Double check. Double nothing. Another timid Charmander. We're on the timid train tonight. Yeah, why haven't they released YouTube for the Switch 2 yet? Is it some sort of licensing problem? And a lot of what Nintendo does on the Switch 2 is the same annoying stuff they did on the Switch 1, like the NSO drip. You get Bob Dugnut Sports for SNES from 1987 every few months. So stuff like that hasn't changed. Lock the GameCube to switch online. Yeah, I don't pay for the higher tier of NSO, so I don't have it either. I mean, if they continuously released games, I would consider it. But it just seems like every now and then one of the interns at Nintendo was like, oh yeah, we haven't put out a new NSO game. Puts his hand into a box of random slips with game names on them. Okay, we'll do this one. Like, it's just so... It's so random. Darth Whooper! It's a great name. Thanks for the raid. You would never do it because you would never own them? Yeah. You are paying essentially for like a higher tier of Blockbuster Netflix digital rents. Rentals. But thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. We're just shiny hunting in FireRed. I am still stuck in Oak's lab, at least in FireRed. And I'm stuck in the Pokemon Center in LeafGreen. I can't get out. They took the door away. Also, my shiny won't show up. Pay for the... Yeah, if you can get a family plan, I know a few people who have the family plan. That seems the best way to do it. Orange cat. Where's the door hole? Oh, let me just go get it. Wait. That's such a good Drake and Josh episode. All-timer, another modest magic card. Wow, it's special nature o'clock tonight. Saves money for your family and your boyfriend. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You are the family plan. I am the one with the family plan. Why did they have to make 5 neutral natures? That's a great question. That's honestly a great question. I guess for both of them, either modest or timid would work. Obviously, after the special physical split, you don't want a physical Magikarp or Gyarados. Or you do want a physical one, not modest. Which, we have seen some more stuff about champions, too. Which Champions is coming out soon, chat. That's coming out soon. What's up, everybody? What's up, Gerald? Let's see. I had the tweet up. Where'd it go? Oh, I did save this tweet because I thought it was funny. This was a quote tweet over Pokemon Champions removal of IVs led to a heated discussion with one of the franchise's original devs. And somebody said to that, it's whatever at this point, but the fact that Game Freak failed for 24 years to properly teach people the importance of EVs, IVs, and natures led to this type of change. It could have just been another slider. I agree with that. Like, they've never really properly explained any of those mechanics. I completely agree with that. I mean, we talk about that type of stuff all the time. The fact that Champions is showing that Body Slam does extra damage to Pokemon that are minimized. Like, so much of what we know about Pokemon has come from fan websites and data miners, and Game Freak doesn't tell us shit. They've never gone out of their way to properly explain EVs, IVs. Even the nature system I could understand being confusing to new players. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And now we don't have IVs anymore. I still don't understand how that is going to reflect for, like, Trick Room teams. Alright, where's that Champions tweet? Okay, so we have pricing. So it's $9.99 for the starter pack, which increases your box space from 30 to 80. Here's my favorite one. You get a Battle Trainer from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee exclusive song, if you pay. Earn 50 training tickets and 30 quick train tickets. It can be bought at any time. Earn rewards at the end of the season for accumulating season points. And then there's a $6.99 premium battle pass. Unlock extra rewards on the battle pass that you would otherwise have to buy in shop. There's exclusive clothing. And then you could do $49.99 for a 12-month membership. That's a lot. That's a lot. Store more Pokemon in their box, have more battle teams usable at one time, unlock membership exclusive missions, and there's membership exclusive battle songs. So that's all the stuff you're paying for if you choose to pay. And there seems like there's multiple different ways that you can give them your money. As by design, of course. Can't have a mobile game unless there's 500 different currencies and things that you can pay for. I think, honestly, what they're offering for the price is kind of weak. Your storage doesn't increase that much. Like, they couldn't give them 100? Why 80? 80 is the Pokopia pitcher limit, too, which I don't like. But you're seriously, like, touting a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee song as one of the perks for buying... for using your own money on the game? And say what you will about Let's Go, those games have good music. They do. But I don't know if I'd ever, like, why would I why would I want to pay for those songs? I I don't want to pay for them. It's nice music, but that's just, it's odd to me. It's an odd one. You can get an exclusive Let's Go Pikachu Eevee song. Like, okay. It's such a disconnect, too, because that game was targeted at Pogo players, not competitive players. There's barely any competitive outside of the Master Challenges in Let's Go at all. I just don't... It's such a disconnect. Like, why not do, like, a Battle Revolution or Pokemon Stadium sounds? Yeah, the Pokemon anime songs, people would pay for that. That's actually a really good idea. People would absolutely pay for the anime songs. I mean, the anime has some great, especially like Indigo League songs. There's some real bangers there. Whoops, don't call my Charmander AAA. Speaking of Battle Revolution.
It just got burned!
That was a good roll. What's up, CB? It just got burned. What's up, Purple Pikmin? Let's do a double check. Oh, 2 ladies. And neither of them are shiny. AA Ron. I don't think there's anything wrong with supporting devs, but there's, you know, I sure love supporting indie devs. I think devs that could actually use my money, not devs where they make so much money a year, it's a tiny little drop in the bucket. Does Champions have the announcer? I don't think so. Which is very sad. That would have been such a... The fact that Champions doesn't seem to have a lot of actual, like, single-player stuff is genuinely disappointing to me. Like, they, you know, they could always add it later, but there's no guarantee of that. The announcer, both the Stadium and the Battle Revolution announcers are a joy and a delight. It was also kind of, I've seen some interesting discussions of how much the Pokemon Company gets to have a say, because they're the ones that do all the competitive events. Another timid Charmander. It really is timid night. It also doesn't look like there's gonna be a way to do open or close, like open team sheets. Which is definitely something that I feel the TPCI side is responsible for. Which I like open team sheets. I was really hoping Champions might actually have that feature. Your local cards at your store were in store, you need to get a staff member to get them. Oh, that sucks. That's how you know things are bad. When they start putting the cards in the glass case. Got a shiny Magnemite. Oh, that's fun. Magnemite, underrated shiny. A timid Magikarp. What's up, Rescue Squad? Your copy of Stadium 2 is dying? Oh no. Lonely. I feel like that would be Charmander. At least Ash's Charmander's canonical nature. Just wouldn't be getting cards at that point. Your Walmart had to put the cards in a locked away electronics because 2 adults got into a fist fight and the cops got involved. Oh, brother. Any day now, they'll start printing more cards. Another timid Charmander, we've said for the past year. People hiding cards in Target. Yeah, my Target has had a hard limit of two packs of cards. You cannot get anything of any cards. Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, any. You can't get more than 2 packs of cards at my Target. And honestly, that blows. Just want to get a few packs of like Neopet cards and I can't. Like, the Pokemon scalpers are punishing me, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Can't even buy a few extra Yu-Gi-Oh packs. I'm restricted to 2 like I'm a little baby. Target lets you have 2 packs of cards. Yours doesn't, Justin? Like, of any variety? Target usually has cards up in the front by the gift cards, and then there's some in the back by the toys. Sometimes Walmart works like that, too. $39.24 resets. Yeah, it's getting a bit bad. We're starting to get up there in number. Another timid Charmander! What the hell? It's been very interesting to shiny hunt in 2 games like this and notice like weird patterns. Pokemon Shuffle in the Google Play Store. I wish they'd bring back Trozy. Oh yeah, you usually have the check lane blister packs too. What? Okay, now I'm scared. Now I'm frightened. What does this mean, game? You're scaring me. I would take a shiny, timid Charmander game. That'd be fine. I wouldn't complain. Yeah, I tried to, I got in line the virtual queue for Walmart Wednesday, which is usually when they list cards, usually at 9 Eastern at night. Because Perfect Order just dropped. And I got in line for the booster bundle and the 3-pack blister. And I didn't end up getting anything. Because Walmart is bad. I sat there in my queue, I refreshed a few times, and just nothing never got through. Wretched Pokemon, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. I'm stuck in the lab. You hate Walmart. Yeah, Walmart Wednesday is so poorly done. It really is just it feels like a free-for-all. If you get lucky, you can get in and buy something, and if you don't, then you don't. You did get perfect order. Did you pull anything cool? I keep seeing, which people should really stop giving these guys attention. I've seen this idiot on Twitter with like, AI Charizard profile, Mr. Scalper King, something like that. Charizard Prime. And they're like, perfect order sucks because there's no Charizard, there's no Gengar. Why is this Clefairy card so cheap? We should buy it out and make it more expensive. Just like the worst type of human being. But I keep seeing people quote tweeting them and it's like, stop. Stop. That's what this person wants. You know exactly who I'm talking about, CB? Yeah. I have the misfortune of seeing their tweets on my timeline all the time because people are just always giving them attention. Nintendo puts out a special edition. Oh yeah, that can be so chaotic. Pokemon investors only know 3 Pokemon. Charizard, Gengar, and Umbreon. Unfortunately, that is likely quite true. Show any of those guys a picture of Behem, and do you think they could name it? Or, my favorite one to try to stump people, Trumbeak. You could even stump some Pokemon fans with that one, because nobody ever thinks about Trumbeak. But if you really want to try to suss out if you're talking to a real one, show them a picture of Trumbeak. Who is this? Which Perfect Order has some really... It's a perfectly fine set. I actually think some of the previous Mega sets before they started doing the ZA stuff were lamer. And yet all these scalpers are like, oh, this set, I don't know who this is. Bye. Zygarde? I don't know who that is. Tranquil. Yeah, just pick any like middle bird evolution. Like even like Corvisquire, you could probably get some people tripped up on. Blacephalon. The scalper mind cannot comprehend Blacephalon. $34.65 carp. Anybody from like the middle chunk of the Gen 5 Pokedex, I feel like you could take a good chunk of like Gen 4. Would they know who Wormadam is? Motham? Cherim? Alola. Oh, that's Love Disc. Delmise. They should combust with being impressed, because Delmise is so cool. Would they even know Love Disc? Probably not. Stantler? Show him shiny Stantler. Adamant Charmander. Escavalier, Salgor. Heatmore. Klefki. Yeah, probably like Lugia, Mewtwo, the legendary birds. Carbink, that would be a good one. Who is this Bink? Can you identify this Bink? Durant. Better yet, show him something like the Dunsparce. Or like Farigiraf. Annihilate. Show him a new evolution that they for sure have never seen. What's up, Keith? Beta Whooper. Do you know this Booper? 3939 Charmander. Impidimp. Morlul. Morlul was in Detective Pikachu, but yeah, they probably still wouldn't know its name. Type null. $34.70 carps. Ooh, I got one for you, chat. What about Wishy-Washy? I don't know. Wishy-Washy hasn't even shown up in, like, any game recently. You might be able to get a few actual fans who are just forgot about it. The Wishy that washes. Modest Magikarp. The Modest Carp. Ralsei. just start showing him show him Gekomon from Digimon, Karibo. Quiz people before they could buy Pokemon cards. Orthworm. What type is Orthworm? What is Orthworm's ability? The world will know his name. You could do like a question not even related to like a Pokemon. You could say, is there sound type? Is there a sound type in Pokemon? Which I've never understood why people have wanted sound types so bad. Like, we already have sound moves. Why do we need sound type? It's too similar to normal type. A space type. The berries. What's up, everybody? If you're just joining, we are at 3944 Charmander. We're at 3474 Magikarp. And people would hop onto the next type train. Yeah, that's true. Same thing for the Eevees, too. They could give a new Eevee, and then people would be like, oh, I want another Eevee. This is kind of funny, chat. I almost, like, don't even want to admit this. But I'm a lot more familiar with most of the berries after ZA. Like, I always knew the basics, you know, Lum, Citrus, Pecha, Cherry Berry. Which a lot of those are just anagrams of real fruit. Or veg. But it's like, we were familiar with Koala, we got Lychee Berry. All the hyperspace berries I had to deal with. Ugh. Another timid Charmander. This game is playing tricks on me. Tanga, yeah. You will know the Tanga Berry before you're done with the ZA DLC. Oh, you'll know. You'll find out. I miss the bring back the Enigma Berry. Where's that? Yeah, you'll learn all the berries and then hate donuts. A regional variant of Houndoom. Ooh, what could they do for that? We're still here, unfortunately. Loved growing berries. I've always thought that they could make... They kind of sort of dabbled in it in PLA, because you can have the berry field with Gardenia's, like, ancient grandpa. That was the most random ancestor character in that game. But I always thought doing, like, a berry field... Honestly, jack a little bit of Pocopia's style and put some of that in the games. The mainline games. Oh, I hate not skipping the reset or the recap. $2,100 resets for Bulba. Oh, I hope you get it soon. Miss Carp, are you shiny? No? Alright. Demure. Could be a rival to Persian. Yeah, the recap is a cute idea on paper, but after like the 5th time, it's like, okay, they should have given us an ability to turn this off. If they had just given us an ability to turn it off, it wouldn't be so bad. What's up, Silver? Pixelmon songs? I don't think I've ever heard any of them. Pokemon's not complex enough to warrant a recap feature? Yeah. I agree. It seems like maybe they're trying to do the do-do-do-do-do-do, like the anime previously on. But yeah, it's just not that helpful or useful. It's more cumbersome. Oh yeah, they did reveal the next season for ZA. Everybody is allowed back except for the legendaries and the mythicals. It was kind of cracking me up. I was reading the responses to the Cerebi tweet. Everybody said, just take Garchomp out. You could live without being told about the potion extracted from the PC. But how will you remember? Yeah, it's like, am I losing a frame every time because of that? Don't withdraw the potion, chat. Worst mistake of my life. My speedrun is ruined. No dragons. They should do that. They should. Get rid of Garchomp, no Baxcalibur, no Salamence, no Dragonite. Get him out of there. Never grab the potion. Well, I learned about this in Pokemon Red and Blue. If you don't buy Pokeballs from the mart, ask me how I know that's how you should, it's what you don't do. if you don't buy Pokeballs, and after you beat your rival, if you go back and talk to Professor Oak, he gives you free Pokeballs. Never knew that. Pokemon, these games are so filled with like little odd details and things that you just, one day you'll just learn about them and you'll be like, oh, huh. Find something shiny and easy. Yeah, I could log on to ZA right now and probably show up to that, the beginning of the game when you walk through the train station where that shiny Fletchling always spawns. Just fly there a few times, guaranteed. I can't believe they did that for Mega Garchomp Z shiny. They're like, we went too pink for Mega Garchomp, so let's make it so where you can't even see. Oh, you're hunting Deoxys now? Nice, another timid Charmander. Good luck to everybody on the alien. Good luck alien hunting. Hey, you guys are actually doing a similar hunt to mine. Deoxys is orange and has a yellow shiny. You love shiny Mega Garchomp. It always cracked me up because Mega Garchomp and Mega Gengar's shinies are apologies. Like, I just feel it. I feel the artistic intent where it's like, listen, guys, are bad. Here you go. Here you go. Imagine a world where Gengar and Garchomp don't have bad shinies. That's my personal interpretation of why they got the shinies that they did. They're like, hey guys, our bad. Listen, we messed up. We goofed. We goofed real hard. Zappy bird hunting. In the lab. I too am in the lab. Will we ever escape? Will we ever see the sun again? 3240. Yeah, I'm pretty much right there with ya. Laboratory. Cerulege. One of my hottest shiny takes is that I don't hate Armarouge and Cerulege's shinies. I think there's much worse in Gen 9. Also, heads up, Twitch chat, ads are gonna play. Ad warning. Gotta play the ad so there's no pre-rolls on. Laboring. Laboring Tory. More like Laboring Tory, am I right? Is regular Wooper in Pokopia, or is it just Pooper Wooper and Claude? I mean, I love Clodsire. Clodsire's very fun. What's up, everybody? If you're just joining... Well, I'm still stuck in the lab. I'm still stuck in the lab. The 5-stream streak, let's go! Aw, Whooper. I think some subtle shinies are better than others. There's like there's levels to it. There's tiers. There's tiers to the subtle shinies. Because sometimes you're left with like a dugong or a Persian, and then sometimes you get like a shiny Reshiram, which is quite lovely. And like I said, I don't hate shiny Ceruledge and Armarouge. I kind of like Charcadet's little blue eye, too. Tears. Crying flames. Glaceon, oh yeah. One of my proudest shiny hunts in Scarlet. I was in the mountain, on the big snowy mountain. Who was I looking for? Frigibacks, maybe? The shiny hunting Frigibacks up there. And I happened to walk by a Glaceon and I was like, that's shiny. And I was right. I was right. It was shiny. I managed to spot a few very subtle shinies in Scarlet, which was satisfying. It's like, oh yeah, timid Magikarp. I did it. I noticed. Some of the shiny hunts in Scarlet Violet, it's like you gotta get your magnifying glass out. You gotta laser focus. Yeah, I think both Leafeon and Glaceon shinies could have been better. Which is funny, because they absolutely popped off with Sylveon. I feel like they must have heard the complaints about Leafeon and Glaceon, because they were like, we are not making that mistake again with Sylveon. Oh, I hate shiny hunting Mousehold! Tandemouse! Yeah, I like both Espeon and Umbreon shinies. I think they're, well, besides Flareon. We don't talk about Flareon, chat. We don't talk about Flareon. Jolteon, Vaporeon. Eevee too. Eevee has a nice shiny, especially in this game. Modest Mander. We're sorry, shiny. I swear that's real. The we're sorry shiny. If they ever come out, which I think they will, I think we're gonna get another Charcadet evolution at some point. I don't know what type they would make it. I've seen a lot of people suggest Fairy. But if we ever get another Ceruledge, Armarouge evolution of Charcadets, it'll have a great shiny. Watch. How do you label your shiny living dex? You mean like how do you fill it out? I went through game. I went game by game and went through all my shiny boxes and marked them down that way. Which, chat, if you're looking for a good website for that, here is the one that I use. I just use Pokedex Tracker. So if you've been wanting to do a shiny living dex, or just a regular living dex, that is a good tool to have. Good luck, I'm gonna need it. I sure am. I've been chilling with Bulbasaur for weeks now. Shout out to my friend Bulbasaur for being a friend of the stream. Charmander is a betrayer. A liar and a fraud. No, it's free. Absolutely free. Don't have to pay a thing. And you can type in the search box if you're looking for specific Pokemon, so I just go through game by game and just log them all that way. I'm surprised Pokemon has never come out with their own, like, checklist. I guess because they want Pokemon to be, like, your friends and not a number. Is probably... Well, I mean, they have Pokedexes and stuff to begin with. I don't know. You think they would have their own website where you could do that? But they don't. Do what? Record like a shiny living dex or a living dex in general. Yeah, Pokemon are friends, not a statistic. That's absolutely in their lore Bible. I'm convinced. Yeah, I guess home would be the closest. I was talking more like something on their website, like just an online thing. Also, man, Pokemon Home sucks. Ugly, outdated, slow software. It's raid o'clock tonight. Slushy Cup, thank you for the raid. What's up, everybody? It's so slow. It's so slow. Oh, Venustoise? Of course. Venustoise. All-timer. Another modest Magikarp. We are rolling nothing but special natures tonight, chat. Timid Charmanders and modest Magikarps. That's gonna be my new novel. Of timid Charmanders and modest Magikarps. But thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. I'm stuck in Oak's lab and I'm stuck in the Pokemon Center. In the manga, Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos fused into a Cerberus bird. That sounds incredible. It's kind of surprising that they've only ever dabbled into fusion stuff in Black and White too. With Kyurem White and Black. PNG spray, thank you. It's Beta Wooper, also known as Booper. The first shiny that I remember was just a random out of the blue shiny Dawn fan in Mount Silver and Heart Gold. I had a few shinies in my Gen 2 games when I was a kid, but I unfortunately do not remember what they were, and I don't have them anymore. What's up, Yeti? Don't count Calyrex as fusing. Yeah, he's just kind of sitting on top of the horse. They're not fused. Although Gaia the Dragon Champion is a fusion, and Gaia just sits on Curse of Dragon. Fusion is such a big mechanic of all other monster franchises, but not really in Pokemon. they just released instant fusion themed Yu-Gi-Oh! Ramen in Japan. If you buy a whole case, you get a card. Not having access to Espeon and Umbreon is genuinely kind of mental. It's funny how little they didn't plan this out. Or like the clunky way they handled Crobat. Am I still trying to get the shiny Magikarp? I am. 35-10. My orange Pokemon who have gold shinies just don't want to show up. Oh yeah, Slowbro. Yeah, Slowbro, Slowking. But he's just kind of attached, so he can leave at any time. See, I agree. It's not really like... They're just a combination, not a fusion. Female Charmander, she is not shiny. It's really lame of them to not add nighttime to Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Those types of mechanics should have been in all these Pokemon games, those features. How long did Bulbasaur take? 443. Which was fantastic. Getting Bulbasaur under 500 checks in a full odds game, incredible. But unfortunately, I've had no luck since. That's where my luck died. I am still under odds. Cyrus should have never had a Crobat because he didn't believe in friendship. See, that works for a character like Silver. He starts to love his Pokemon, and then they evolve. But that is funny about Cyrus. Doesn't make it feel any better, I know. This is really my first time ever full odds hunting. All of my shiny hunting has mostly been on either 3DS or Switch. Ah, shiny. That is how it usually is, yes. Yeah, he's like, friendship and emotion suck, and then he goes back, closes the door, and gives his Crobat some pets and a little treat. Who's the best Golbat? The rocket radio waves. Speaking of Team Rocket, I hit credits in Pokopia. Great game. It definitely hit me in the feels with those credits. Lovely game. There was no Ed Sheeran, thankfully. That would have really killed the moment. That would have, I would have been like, what? Disbelief. Accidentally skipped over a shiny. I've had a few shiny mishaps, but I've never reset over one. I haven't, Dragoon. I don't really like the Dream Islands. I don't know. I've looked around and I haven't found anything yet. Good night, Bit Bandit. Have a good one. Adamant Mander. Lots of very offensive natures tonight. Five months later, I hope it doesn't take me that long. It could, though. You never know. Players are resetting their console clocks just to get new Dream Islands. I still have not time traveled yet. I haven't felt the need. Especially when you get access to, Tinkmaster. If I continue... since I've hit credits, I probably should go find them now. Maybe if I get really unlucky, I'll change my mind. You skipped a shiny Totodile and Heart Gold? No, that's sad. Poor Totodile. Female Magikarp, she is not shiny. Lax. The most lackadaisical Charmander. Professor Oak's always looking over here. Listen, Professor, I'll leave when you give me my shiny. He's lax in being shiny, I'll tell you what. $99.18 for Squirtle? Oh no. Why is Squirtle such a betrayer? At least some of you have told me you've gotten shiny Charmander. I feel like I've not seen many people say they have Squirtle. The tiny turtle betray. The sinister eyebrows. $5,600, that's not too bad. Let's do a double check. Come on, Blue, take your Squirtle. It's so weird to adjust because I don't have the Pokedex yet in FireRed. So every time I do a double check, it's like I fumble the buttons. Double check. Double no. Yeah, I'm almost about at halfway odds for Mander. And we're getting up there with Magikarp, too. Magikarp is hot on Charmander's fiery tail. You think I'll get Magikarp first? That would put FireRed very far behind. It could happen, though. It could happen. We'll get to play well, I am gonna go farm nuggets when we get Magikarp shiny, but I will get to play for a little bit, because the next shiny I want to hunt, Timid Magikarp, is a little ways from here. These title screens, they really killed it for all the Game Boy Advance title screens. I love the intros in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I love their their pixel art from this era. So nostalgic. Kirby's got some absolute bangers. For Forgotten Land, what a great game that was. Especially has some bangers. I wonder when we'll get another Kirby game. A new Kirby game. I think they killed it with Forgotten Land, so I'm excited. Whatever Kirby game is next, I will be seated. After Air Riders, of course. Like a traditional Kirby game. Diglett Cave. Remember, if you need a Doug Trio or if you can't beat Surge for whatever reason, try the repel trick and try to get a Doug Trio. Yeah, Arena Trap is very annoying. Why did they give that to Diglett, of all Pokemon? It's like running into a cave with nothing but Wobbuffet and Shadow Tag. Like, great, thanks. Awesome. Squeak Squad. That's one of my favorite Kirby titles. Squeak Squad. What if Kirby was a mouse? The Squeak Squad. For Bulbasaur right now, no better time than the present. Modest Charmander. We got a lot of time to kill, remember chat. Champions comes out early April, but after that, the Pokemon well looks like it's gonna dry up a little bit. No better time to start shiny hunting. Another Modest Magikarp, wow. Oh, has anybody tried out the Tomodachi sequel demo? Anybody try that? I am seeing people make the most accurate looking characters. I've seen Grayson Leon, I've seen Lieutenant Surge, I've seen Guzma, Lysander, Sabrina. People are making crazy Miis in the Tomodachi demo. Susie from Deltarune. Oh my god, somebody should make Lancer. Alright, chat, here we go. Boom. 4K. No! No, Charmander, stop. You're killing me. I can never escape the lab. Ooh, Darmanitan. I need to shiny hunt that Pokemon at some point. I think I need both Unova and Galarian Darmanitan shiny. I got Darmaka. Another Adamant Magikarp. They're all ready to fight. See, the Magikarp want to play the game too. Previously on your quest. Alright. What do I use for my living decks? I use the website Pokedex Tracker. We just talked about that, ironically enough. Just a free little website you can make your living decks on. And the way I do it is I just go through, the way I initially filled it out was just going game by game. Which was actually pretty satisfying. That was pretty satisfying to do. Filling in all the different shinies you have. I had to buy a 3DS charger like a few years ago. Why do they always vanish? Why is that such a common occurrence? I think I had to get a traditional DS charger at some point too. I'm glad everything is USB-C now. Can I just say, I'm so glad that everything is just USB-C now. Don't have to have a million different types of chargers. It's so nice. A terrible nature like all your shiny starters before him. Has to be the one to break the chain. Coming up on 35 Magikarp. Wow. That's a lot of fish. I should check the soundboard website I use to see if I could get Matthew Broderick's voice line from the Godzilla movie on my stream deck. That's a lot of fish. 35. Whew. Yeah, Apple getting sued over their lightning cable, chef's kiss. Deserved. Miss Carp? Not shiny. Should have returned in Forgotten Land. I almost wanted to, you know, they should have done more DLC for Forgotten Land. That would have been fun. Bring back some of those abilities. I say there should have been more DLC. I haven't even paid for the... haven't even paid for the first one they released. Timid! Another timid Charmander. I was like, where's the timid ones? I watched a lot of the Godzilla movies. The American Godzilla movie is so funny. It is such a of its era movie. I think they take down the Empire State Building in that movie and it's like played as a joke. Definitely tell that movie came out before 9/11. That's a lot of fish. Have a good one, Purple Pikmin. We'll probably be back doing this again tomorrow too, chat. I really want to get my shiny. We gotta lock in. $801, nice. That's about where my living dex is at. Where is it? 887. Yeah, that's what my living dex is at. Added a lot of good shinies this year so far. Many more to come, I hope. And then it'll probably go crazy when Gen 10 comes out. I really want to know how big the Pokedex for Gen 10 is going to be. Are they going to give us another meaty Pokedex like they did for Scarlet Violet? Or is it going to be a X and Y type Pokedex? Yeah, the Bryan Cranston Godzilla pissed me off, too. He was all over the marketing, and then they kill him, like, 10 minutes into the movie. And then you're stuck with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. A thick, meaty Pokedex. With big, meaty claws. Yeah, I can't wait to see how Shiny Hunting in Champions works. I hated that movie, Dragoon. I hated it. I walked out of that theater and I was like... Wow. Anybody buy the Yoshi? Speaking of movies, I still can't believe Star Fox is in the Mario sequel movie. What? What? I remember when I saw that, I was like, I almost thought it was a fake tweet. I almost thought it was genuinely fake. And I linked it so quickly in my Discord, I'm like, wait, I didn't just link like a fake meme tweet. But I double checked and I was like, no, it's real. No, it's real. Did they really not have enough confidence in the movie making money that they had to reveal that like a week before the movie comes out? I just don't get it. That would have been an insane reveal in the theaters. Is it just Fox or the other, like, where's, I want to see Falco. Hell, what about Crystal? She better still be there. They better not have gotten rid of her. Me, Star Fox Adventures #1 fan. Another modest Magikarp. Okay, this game is very funny. Andrew. Yeah, where's Andrew? Yeah, supposedly, according to Nate the Hate, they are going to have a traditional Star Fox game later this year. Uncle Andros. My favorite part, Star Fox actually has some cute writing. I don't think people give it enough credit. Falco complains that his, like, gigawatt, his ship thing is not working. And in the start of the mission, Fox tells them all to check that, and Falco doesn't check it. And then it breaks on him. I love Falco. Wise guy. Actually look forward to my streams. Well, thank you. We try to keep it chill and comfy here. It just seems like there's so much jam-packed in it. They're doing like Mario Odyssey, they're doing Yoshi, they're doing Baby Mario and Luigi, they're doing Rosalina. Yeah, the Ocarina of Time thing, it's like, are they actually going to change anything, or is it going to be a mostly straightforward remake? Yeah, it seems really bloated. Which the first one was very like, boom, 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 boom. Very fast-paced. It's because the movies are so short. They're like barely 80 minutes. There's like no time to breathe. You're just taken from set piece to set piece. An hour and 40 minutes? Wow, that's so short. I'm not asking for like a Lord of the Rings, you know, 3-hour-long movie, but maybe tone down the scope then. I mean, I was not really a fan of the first movie, so... But there's an easy way they could improve that. They could have a lot less crappy, garbage licensed music. They're probably gonna play, like, Danger Zone, when they introduce Star Fox. Oh, no. No. They're gonna play some, like, goofy, old-ass rock song as soon as Fox shows up. Dream on. No. No, don't say that. No. I saw a really funny tweet. Did I save it? Did I save it? Let me see. Super Mario Galaxy movie prediction. Peach and Rosalina are long-lost sisters. Rosalina has a framed photo of her and Peach as babies before being separated. In the post-credits scene, the frame breaks, and it's revealed that the photo was folded this whole time, and there's a third sister, Daisy. I could see them doing that. They've got to introduce Daisy next, right? Shoot a thrill. Oh no, chat, your suggestions are too realistic. You're scaring me. Literally voiced by somebody from Top Gun. That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying. They're absolutely gonna pick one of those songs for him. Could you imagine if they got Tom Cruise? I would have cried laughing. Tom Cruise... has he ever done voice acting? I can't think of a single character he's ever voiced. If he can't throw himself off a building, he's not interested. Third sister is Samus. My god. I mean, she is a blonde lady. You know, we're all related. Little known fact. I'm still kind of listen. Nobody get mad. But I still don't think Keanu Reeves was a great choice for Shadow the Hedgehog. I mean, he was fine in the movie, I guess. But his voice acting in Generations was so bad. Dry Bowser, bad to the bone. Oh god. Don't give them ideas, chat. Don't give them ideas. He's never voiced that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've never thought of a character Tom Cruise has ever voiced. Hunt for Esper? Oh, that's a great shiny. Yeah, you just know he's gonna say, do a barrel roll, although that's Peppy's line. Is Peppy in the movie? What if he was voiced by Miyamoto himself? Highway to Hell, you're too good at this, chat. Hayden Christensen would voice Shadow. See, that would have been hilarious. I wouldn't have minded Robert Pattinson people were bringing up too. That would have also been very funny. And Robert Pattinson could do some good voice acting. That guy's a good actor. And he's funny. They cast Glenn Powell as Star Fox. Which, sure, I guess. Sure. We don't know how many lines he's gonna have, so... Poor Danny DeVito. How many times do people come up to him and say, you should voice this character? And then Danny's like, I don't know who the hell that is. It's like, people have been harassing Anthony Starr, the guy that plays Homelander from The Boys, to play Albert Wesker. And he said he doesn't even know what Resident Evil is. And he's not even a natural blonde. He's not even blonde anymore. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I need. Do people really need more? I thought Resident Evil fans did not like the movies. What's up, Michelle? Or, geez, I can't read. I'm blind. I am illiterate. Hello, all. I know how to read. Movies are not even close to the games. I mean, the games are practically goofy B-movies themselves, if we're being honest, chat. The segment in RE9 where Leon is on the motorcycle is so goofy. That part had me rolling. Chasing Gideon on the motorcycle. Should've wore a helmet. Okay, Leon. Alright, man. Okay, Grandpa. Yeah, the most Resident Evil 6 this franchise has been in a while. Okay, 40-33. And his one-liners. I think he's 50. He's supposed to be in his 50s in RE9. Where the fuck is Claire? Claire's whole thing was riding motorcycles, and yet Leon has a big motorcycle segment in 9? Okay. Hey, where's Jill? Carlos? Oh, you're doing the bench method? Rebecca. Where is Rebecca? Lol, the Street Fighter team would rather have cousin incest than age any of the women on that cast. Yeah, I still see people talking about it every day. Imagine your favorite fighting game character finally gets to come back after so long. You're so hyped. You're so hyped for your favorite fighting game character to return, and it turns out they pair him up with a blood-related cousin and he impregnates her. And he held her as a baby too, if the situation couldn't get even worse. How did they even, like... What do you even say to that? What do you even say to that? Alex. Alex is the character. Like, my god. How does that go through? How many people needed to approve of that? And they were like, yeah, let's just have blood-related cousin incest as a new plot point. Our fans are gonna love that. Like, what if Alex was your favorite character? Like, what do you even do then? You main the cousin incest character? Like, that's just, it's over. It's so over for you. Like, I would feel despondent if that was my favorite character. Is your new band. It's just so off-putting. Even the art of him with his cousin, like, even if they weren't related, it's like, how is this exciting to anybody? How many dads and, like, pretty pregnant blondes are there in the Street Fighter series? This is going beyond writer's barely disguised fetish. Also, like, just, I don't know, like, you want this game to appeal to everybody. Why would you put something that, like... This is a game that is supposed to make them millions of dollars. It's just so... It's so weird. It's so weird. But at what cost? They're sunk, too. I think Capcom talked about it, and they're not even going to, like, fix it. They're not even gonna do anything about it. One of these days I'll find a cozy playlist without the same boring New Horizons music on it. Oh, of course. I'd pick a new one and I immediately see 1 a.m. Ugh. Just terrible. No, is that 2 timid Charmanders back to back? Second time tonight? I can defy odds by rolling weird natures multiple times in a row, but a shiny? Inconceivable. Female Charmander. Breaking the mold. Breaking the chain. Darude Sandstorm. That's a good song, though. I like that song. Although now it makes me think of Mega 64. Mold Breaker Charmander. Oh, no. Sorry, Embor. I'm so sad for Mega Embor. He deserved better. Meganium, you get a flashy brand new ability. Feraligatr, you get a flashy new ability. And Embor? Mold Breaker. Alright, these can be a little loud. So, loud warning. Maybe. Ooh. That was an interesting one. 40-46. I think this is maybe my longest hunt now? I think we might have passed Darkrai numbers. Breaking the mold, breaking the mold. I want to find out the rest of the Mega abilities or see if that leak is true. Was it low kicks? That's probably why I didn't recognize it, because... Yuck. Is Mega Malamar has a good ability? I'm not certain they're gonna do anything for Malamar with those stats. It needs like again, like a Hail Mary at this point. With how bad those stats that it has are. Unless it like automatically sets up Trick Room or something. I wonder if they'd ever do that. That seems quite broken. Even if it kept contrary, I don't know how that could save it. Ooh, sets up confusion? That would be very annoying. That should be something Mega Spinda should do. Instantly enters the field and teeter dances. Also, this is random, but you know how I like to share like what a Pokemon's Japanese name is on occasion when they're fun? I found out a character name today. A character name. And it made me laugh out loud. Here, let me share. Let me share. So, the bad guy from Gale of Darkness, spoilers. Spoilers, if you didn't know. Greevil is his name here. Greed and Evil. His name in Japanese is Death Gold. What? What do you mean his name is Death Gold? No. What do you mean that's his name? Ah yes, Mr. Death Gold. That's a respectable citizen. That's a respectable member of society, Death Gold. That kind of rules, honestly. Death Gold. Is he the villain? I just don't know. With a stand-up name like that, how could he be? Death Gold and Birth Silver. Death Gold. That made me laugh. When I read that, I had to share it. What a nice grandpa. What a kind old man. Mr. Death Gold. On your knees. How could this happen? How could such a nice young man, a nice old man do this to us? All right, another one. You ready? Ooh. Playing some later gen Pokemon. Still don't have Mander yet? I do not. We're trying though. It does sound like a ROM hack name, Death Gold. Oh, that's great. Also, ad warning, Twitch chat, ads are gonna play. Well, I don't give refunds. Alright, man. I mean, technically you're refunding me every single time, because I keep resetting. Good night, Nat. Have a good one. That's one of my Bidoof Buck rewards on Twitch. To play a random Pokemon cry. People, that's what happens when people cash that in. Charmeleon, Wartortle, Mewtwo, Tentacool, Aerodactyl. Weevil. Weevil Underwood. Arguably one of Yu-Gi-Oh's most evil characters. If we're being real. It's amazing Joey didn't die diving off that ship to get the Exodia cards. Usually people who jump off of cruise ships or any big ferry ships doesn't usually turn out well. But hey, Joey's okay, I guess. Good for him. Oh, Dora! Monstacado! I know people always play the subversion, but Dan Green has some pretty biting lines in the dub, too. Oh, this just isn't your day. Oh, in the casino. The game corner. Raphael. I saw that they're adding Alistair into Duel Links on like the 31st. The lamest member of the Orichalcos crew. Doma. Is there rain in this playlist? Damn it. I don't want rain. Christmas morning. Okay, that's not the right vibe. Starting me off immediately with an Animal Crossing song. Harvest Moon Spring theme. Sure. That'll work. Oh, Valen? Have they ever made those armor cards yet? I feel like they've covered most of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime stuff that hasn't been made, but I don't- have they made Valen's robot armor? Yeah, the guy whose little brother, Mikey, was killed by, or went missing, haha, in the dub. Because of Gozaburo Kaiba. Kaiba sometimes reminds me a little bit of Tony Stark. I feel like they kind of have similar, similar backstories in some regards. Yeah, I was gonna say, they've never printed his armor deck. So how are they gonna have him in Duel Links? How are they gonna have Valen in Duel Links when they haven't even officially printed his archetype? I don't even... What cards did Alistair even play? He spent most of his time pretending he was other people. For some reason. Raphael had the most, like, thought-out deck. It always cracked me up, though, that Raphael gets his big victory by beating Yugi. And then in their next duel, he just turns around and starts sacrificing his precious monsters. Like... turning Guardian Iatos into... What's that monster's name? Dread Scythe? He's like, no! What could I have done? How did I do this? Raphael's backstory is especially funny because he grew up as like a little rich boy, and him and his rich family were on a cruise ship, and somehow darts had the power to create a tsunami and killed everybody on the ship except for Raphael, who washed up and basically got to live out lost. Aster. 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 I turned into Zinnia. Turned into Zinnia. Aster. Aster. Bulbasaur took 443. It's on the layout. The Great Leviathan. Yeah, did he call up the Great Leviathan and said, hey, will you do me a solid and create a giant tsunami? Like, if a cruise ship today went down with that many people on it and everyone died, it would be a huge news story around the world. Yugi should have definitely have heard about that, like, catastrophe. That would be national news. Like, it was national news when a couple of rich guys went in a submarine and got lost in the ocean, let alone an entire giant ship full of rich people. Extremely funny. Well, guess they just disappeared, never heard from again anyway. Them placing so much importance on, like, Yugi sacrificing monsters and not respecting them is so funny. Because that's exactly what you do in the card game. How many times do you send your monsters to the graveyard, the GY? On purpose. For tons of different archetypes. You do it all the time. Sacrificing your cards is bad. Don't use Catapult Turtle. You're evil. Serenity. I think Joey having a sister that he wants to save is fine, but then the way they brought her in during Battle City was not great. And then they didn't know what to do with her, so they essentially dragged down Tristan and Duke. Which, I'm pretty sure Serenity is supposed to be in middle school, so that's uncomfortable. Maybe not Alex Street Fighter level bad, but geez. Yeah, you have to tribute monsters to yeah, exactly. Every time you tribute, you're evil. 3,600 Magikarp. Avatar fighting game. Yeah, there's like an Avatar fighting game and then there's the Invincible fighting game. Which budget licensed fighting game will win out? Heard it's good. It seems like it has a good roster. No, I'm just using 2 Joy-Cons. Maurice in a turtle rail cannon. Is that Aang movie still coming out this year, speaking of Avatar? It was supposed to come out in theaters, and then they changed their mind for some reason. And then fans of Avatar, the Blue People, got really excited and laughed. Which is very funny. The franchise for children that I like is better than your franchise for children that you like. Deeply unserious people. No date? That's kind of bad. That seems bad. It used explosion? No, that's so sad. Where's a damp Pokemon when you need one? Blue Avatar has they do, and they're very defensive. They're very defensive. They do not like it when you say the Avatar movies have no cultural impact. They don't like that. They do not like that. And for some reason have taken to beefing with Avatar The Last Airbender fans because they're both called Avatar. I mean, I think a lot of Avatar The Last Airbender fans are kind of bad too, to be honest. As a big fan of Avatar, I do think some people reach like Harry Potter type fandom with Avatar, or it's like, maybe watch another show. You know, read another book. Watch another show. But Avatar is great, and it does deserve the status that it has. Some of the fans are just a little bit much. But I also think the way Nickelodeon has handled the Avatar franchise has been atrocious. The fact that it's still going after all the shit they pulled during Korra's run. A god-awful live-action M. Night Shyamalan movie, or the god-awful live-action Netflix series that shouldn't exist. The language of the Na'vi. Oh, they do. They do. I've even learned a little bit of it from, because Rocco from Mega 64 is a big fan of Avatar. And sometimes he'll go, Sivako! Sivako! From the Bidoof box, it's a good emote. Doesn't get used enough. Another timid Charmander. This one's a lady. I think I saw that Zahir is part of the Avatar fighting game lineup, which... that's fun. He was a good villain. Okay, so half odds is 4,096. Uh-oh, I'm getting close. We're gonna definitely hit that tonight. Uh-oh. Magikarp, why couldn't you be shiny like my beloved little friend Bulbasaur? Why couldn't you do that? Look at that nice blue frame. Ugh. So sad. That I don't have another blue frame to join it. Bulbasaur's all alone. I think that's one thing Korra actually excelled at over Avatar: The Last Airbender, their villains. Amon's probably my favorite. Timid, again. $4.43. Female Charmander, she's not shiny. Thanks for all the follows tonight, everybody. I will be live again tomorrow doing this exact same thing. The shiny's gotta come one of these days. It's gotta happen at some point. $16K? Oh, brother. I hope it doesn't take that long. Oh no. Also, tomorrow, chat, I'm at the very tail end of the Terrakion footage. A timid Magikarp. And I want to get that. Oh, and a modest Charmander. Wow, okay. So I'm going to get that video done. Or so help me. Why did Terrakion take me so long in ZA? Watch my videos? Thank you. I got Virizion so fast, and then Terrakion was like, I'm gonna take forever. Yeah, no RNG manip here, just pure resets, baby. Ash, thanks for the 69 nice bits. Let's go. Imagine if Charmander was shiny there. Cast a shiny spell. Do I need to set my Switch out and put like a circle around, do like a... Remember before New Horizons came out and Animal Crossing fans were always like doing elaborate manifestation summoning circles? Another timid Charmander! What is happening tonight? I feel like I gotta start recording these. We have female Charmander night, and then we have timid Charmander night, we have modest Magikarp night. May I offer you a timid Charmander in these trying times? That's what the game is telling me. That's exactly what the game is telling me. I really would have not minded. Stop it! Stop it, Gabe! Stop it! Another modest Magikarp! Oh, I'm going insane. A prediction? I could start- yeah, we could do predictions. We'll try that out tomorrow if I can remember. We'll do a prediction. So if you're early on the Twitch side, you can put all your Bidoof bucks on the line. I like betting Bidoof bucks when I watch VGC stuff. Although sometimes the mods don't do it. Which pisses me off. What is- stop it! What is happening? Why are you all timid? Timid, timid, timid. That's why they're not shiny, chat, because they're timid. They're too shy. My favorite shiny has changed a few times, but I think right now it's shiny Reshiram. Which I got from Dynamax Adventures. Which we'll do another Dynamax Adventures this week, chat. I've been itching to do another one. Another Impish Magikarp. Okay. Why are they shy? And we'll list at half odds. 40.96 is halfway. No, Charmander! Bulbasaur is destroying you. You're never gonna recover from this, man. An annoying shiny hunt. Oh no. I'll probably do another, we'll probably do Safari Week this year, because I participated for the first time last year with the Marsh in BDSP. But outside of that, I don't think Safari Zone hunting is for me. It's scary. 1% Bidoof. Oh, where's my water? Ooh, a mystery dungeon song. Is in the Great Marsh. I got Babarrel, Bidoof, and Bidoo, I think, which I had insane odds. Like, that was crazy. I had very good luck for my first Safari Week. Manaphy, well, that would get refunded, because I don't have the tools for that. It has to be doable. Yeah, it's not far away. It is not far away. Skip the carp? Which carp? In FireRed? I'm not going for the same teams on each game. So we'll get Magikarp and LeafGreen, and then FireRed will have a different Pokemon. I've seen a lot of people getting shinies in the Safari Zone out of the blue, too. Rhyhorns, Nidorans. Modest female Charmander. I think Egg Week is coming up for like the first week of April, but I am nowhere close to getting to the Sevi Islands and hatching eggs. I don't think if full odds like egg hatching is for me anyway. It's annoying enough to do modern Masuda method. We've done it. We've hit half odds. I can't believe that. Only halfway there. Halfway there. Halfway there. No. Charmander! Why are you doing this to me? Over halfway there now, chat. Over half. Oh my god. Cloud Booper is so... That's my most underrated emote. That's how I feel. Which, if you're a channel member on YouTube, you could have access to. Just saying. Gen 2 eggs. Oh, that's fun. I've gotten Bidoof shiny. Several Bidoofs. Bidoof and I, we go way back. We go way back. Sounds like a Disney song. Which, once again, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube later and there's like a weird edit or a jump, it's because I had to cut out a copyright claim song. Just in case that happens. How many shiny Pokemon have I caught so far? My living dex is at 887. So I'm at 82.1%, 193 more to go. Squovit makes you phase, no. Switch version, yeah. LeafGreen is on my Switch 1 and FireRed is on my Switch 2. LeafGreen brought my Switch 1 out of retirement. Look at that, 4,100. That's too many Charmanders. I've gotten Charmander randomly shiny before in Blueberry. I remember that. That's actually one of my most viewed, like, YouTube shorts of all time. I don't know why. I clipped that and put it up as a YouTube short, and for some reason that had just got more views than it should have. Telling you to give up? Aw, that's no fun. I'm in too deep to quit. I can't quit. My main version was FireRed, but I actually had both games at launch. I think I did. Timid Magikarp. Almost at 36. I wish I could remember my original FireRed team. I know I picked Charmander. Mighty Enna, 100%. Although, I like Lanoon's shiny. I mean, I like Mighty Enna's shiny, too. Mighty Enna is one of those Pokemon that I keep patiently waiting for them to give something to. Howdy, howdy. You think we need Mega Mighty Enna? If they made it good, then sure. If they actually made it good, yeah. Make it better than Incineroar. Mega Yawn Mega. We got Dragonite Knight. Ditched your Fearow. How could you? Poor Fearow. Actually, I do remember my LeafGreen Fearow. Something was definitely lost when Diamond and Pearl came out and had the same boring, like, DS colors. The clear carts were so iconic. 36, 37 Magikarp. In denial about Mega Dragonite, how it couldn't happen. Dragonite is such a popular Pokemon, of course that they would hit it at some point. Psychic types were built different back in Gen 1. I mean, I'd still say Psychic is pretty good, especially if you have, like, Indeedee Armarouge. But back in Gen 1, it was fearsome. They were to be feared. Alakazam, Mewtwo. My boy Hypno. You better watch out. They were not there to play. Slowbro too, Executor. All of them. Except for Golduck, who's not a psychic type. I still love Alakazam is one of my favorite Pokemon to this day. I really love Kadabra, too. Kadabra is one of my favorite middle Evos. Your Squirtles are coming out as timid and modest. Is it Timid Modest Day? What's happening? Got a shiny from the game corner. Nice. I think I'm gonna hit Abra at some point there just because it's like the easiest shiny hunt in the game. I could use an easy one. In theory. Yeah, Yeah, Mr. Mime, too. That's right. Marcel. $4111. 4111. It's too many ones. I can't wait to see how well Meganium does in Champions. I hope it's up there somewhere. In the top of the tiers. Oops, I counted that. We won't count the next Magikarp. I hit the I fat-fingered the button. It hit it twice. It's awkward because it's... My Stream Deck is right underneath my microphone stand, so... Sometimes that happens. The Java markings. It's like Wooper's Wi-Fi signal. Ooh, get a Shalfa Chikorita? That's fun. Are EVs wiped for Pokemon when they go to home? No? I don't think so. It'd be nice, though, if they gave Meganium growth. If it got access to growth, then wow. It would be an absolute force to be reckoned with. Starting your Charmander hunt right now. Good luck! I just hit over halfway to odds. That's true. That's true. They clearly want you to pay for everything in Champions with EV. Or what's the currency? I can't even remember what it's called. You can't EV train anymore. You must spend points. Of Poliwag. Yeah, VP. Victory points. That sounds so...
Victory points. Oh boy.
You hear IVs are gone? Yeah, it's looking like that. We heard about that like a year ago from one of the leakers. Champions is free. Free to download. There's it paid in-game stuff though. None of which looks all that appealing. I just don't... If they get rid of IVs, though, how do things like Trick Room work? I just don't understand. Again, maybe if they had ever bothered over the past 30-odd years to explain the mechanics of this game, people wouldn't find it so confusing. I mean, IV should just be another slider. Stardew Valley music brings me great joy. This carp, the bravest Magikarp. She ain't shiny. People were playing champions at PAX East, and some of the things I saw that people were using were insane. There was a Mega Stone on a Pokemon that couldn't Mega Evolve. I can't remember who it even was. It was Whimsicott, maybe? But it's like, what are some of these item Pokemon combinations? What is going on here? I have no doubt all the EVs will be in there. Although, could they keep Umbreon out? I have zero. I do not want to run into any stall Umbreons. That's not how I want to live my life. It's a bad time. See, that's why I'm glad that Protect got nerfed. These stall assholes have gotten away with too much for too long. We can't keep letting them get away with this. Fling. The Mega Stone Fling strats. I'm surprised they haven't given Whimsicott a Mega. Don Bozo. I watched, they're called special events when they're in Spain, because I think Spain has big anti-gambling laws, so they have to classify it as something different. Which that'll be on later tonight, if, you're still up, chat. And they had David on there, who's one of the commentators, and he was playing, and I loved his team. He was using Iron Crown, who I think is fun, but he lost. He lost to Dondozo. Dondozo. I hate watching people lose to Dondozo. I hate it. Bad. What's up, Jurat? Protect got nerfed. It doesn't look like there's PP up in Champions, so it just has 8 power points. Which you should not be able to have like 10,000 protects. It should have never been designed to have that many power points to begin with. Or if you continue to go for protect, those types of things should all have diminishing returns. Chug some hot sauce. That doesn't sound very appetizing, but you do you. I think I've never really run into people running Dondozo in ZA. I tried Dondozo myself, and I just didn't think it worked at all. Like, he can survive any attack. I tried Assault Vest Don without Tatsugiri, and I just never got anything done with him. He could stay on the field and survive attacks, but he never got any, like, good damage or kills. Maybe if I paired him with Tatsu, it would have been better, but yeah, he's no Kyogre. No Kyogre. Not really dishing out origin pulses or anything like that. Oh, they were running Life Orb? Yeah, maybe it was because I had Assault Vest on. I feel like Assault Vest really worked well on my Tyranitar. I really love T-Tar. Probably one of my favorite Pokemon to use competitively in any game. I just love T-Tar. The middle of this. Oh, when Origin Pulse was sending out its beams. When I used Primal Kyogre, sometimes it feels like Origin Pulse would just completely whiff. It probably just missed. That's what happened. Because it does not have great accuracy. As it shouldn't. A spread move that does that much damage from Groudon and Kyogre, yeah, they should not be accurate moves. I hope Ting Lu's ass is nowhere near champions. That's another Gen 9 problematic Pokemon. Send him out and then just go for Fissure Stall. Horrid. Terrible. 2 thumbs way down. I've seen people think that Raichu X is gonna get Electric Surge. Because it looks like it might be setting terrain in one of the trailers. I could see that. I could see them giving that to Raichu. Terrain setters are usually pretty good. Motor Drive. Busted legendaries, then useless sorry legendaries like Regigigas. He's just chilling. Why is he taking strays? I don't know. I feel like Miraidon was maybe too strong. I feel like they maybe get a little carried away with some modern legendaries. I actually think for the most part, like, Chien Pao is a good middle ground. Like, what they did with Zacian in Gen 8, horrible. The fact that they turned around immediately after that and nerfed it, it's like, yeah, no shit. Let's do a double check. Mega Weavile, yes, that's so accurate. That is so accurate. Timid! Another timid Charmander! Tinglu users do is set up spikes and spam Whirlwind. Evil! How do people enjoy playing like that? I'm gonna run my Toxapex Blissey Umbreon stall team. All of my matches take 40 minutes and come down to timer. I love playing like this. Crazy person somewhere. Timid Turner. Where's my Fairly Odd Parents? Is Professor Oak Crocker? That would be hilarious to have a professor with Crocker's energy, just an insane guy. Dinkelberg. I love that Crocker's first name is Denzel. I don't know why that amuses me, but it does. He doesn't look like a Denzel, I guess. Fairy godparents, fairy godparents! $36.65 carp. The Dinkelbergs. I do wonder who what kind of vibe are they gonna go for the bad guy in Gen 10? Are we gonna get a traditional team that's evil, or just no real bad guy like Scarlet Violet had? Fairy type. Fairy Terra type. Mercurymon and Digimon Frontier? That's hysterical. It's, he was also an actor in Entity Classified. Another Volo? That would be fun. If they don't ever bring Volo back in a future Legends game, then don't talk to me. If they don't capitalize on hinting that he's still alive, please. See, I think a pirate team would work too, but we kind of already have Team Aqua. So they'd have to be different. Also, weren't there pirates in the Manaphy movie? Did it say he was responsible for Darkest Day? I don't even remember. The Darkest Day. I can't wait to see what kind of story they're gonna cook up in the Legends Galar game. I'm almost more intrigued by that than I am of what they're gonna do in Gen 10. Have a good one, Yeti. Yeah, there's the museum in ZA that Volo directly contributes stuff to. What a great guy. Oh, cozy playlist. Love having this song on here. $4,800 resets into Shiny Bulba. No luck so far. Oh, I hope you get it soon. Hope you get your Eevee and your Squirtle soon. Good luck, chat, if you're shiny hunting alongside me. I mean, I'll take a Volo over whatever they tried with Team Star any day. $41.41. Also, Cynthia never had a Giratina at her disposal. At least in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. A Volo original. Almost as bad as I hate that name. Just the name Macrocosmos sounds so dumb. There's no Macrocosmos. It's Chairman Rose. It's one guy. Why do they get a name when it's one guy and his company? I just don't get it. You hit 12,000. No! You hate to see it. I am not counting Masters as canon. Another modest Charmander. We're like hitting the modest Charmanders now instead of the timid ones. I say Arceus, which is how it should be pronounced. I do not buy into the Arceus pronunciation. They only try to say that so the Europeans don't say Arceus. Arse. Lil Red Whooper, thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. I am stuck in the lab. Help. Help. Arceus sounds too off. I will never say that. Groudon. That's so funny because it's ground, grow, dawn. I believe the Hoenn Poke Rap says Kyogre. It says Groudon and Kyogre. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. I've officially hit over halfway to odds for Charmander. Pokemon Stadium has some really funny mispronunciations. My favorite, of course, being Seismic Toss. Seismic is a real word. A real world word. But Mr. Stadium Announcer Man pronounces it seismic, like a salad. That's one of my favorites. We got Zapdos, we got Raichu, so many good ones. Another timid Charmander. Well, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Have a good one. A seismic salad. I kind of find it charming, though. Especially in Stadium 1, I find it charming. The franchise was still young. It isn't so, like, corporate. There's mistakes. I find that a little bit charming. Less charming when it's like the Poke Rap, where it's like, come on, what are we doing here? The first Poke Rap infamously has Pidgeot. Whoa, let's not be nasty. Raichu, that's such a... Of all the Pokemon to mispronounce... 4150. Another Poke Rap? How long would it take? How long would it take to get over 1,000 plus Pokemon? Shiny Tangela? Oh, that would be fun! I have a new appreciation for Tangela. I mean, I've always liked Tangela and Tangrowth. But Tangrowth is very fun in Pokopia. Tangrowth is better written than, like, most modern Pokemon characters. Tangrowth in Pokopia has more emotion to his writing. And any emotion in, like, all of Sword and Shield. Only spams the Tangela. The spawn of the Tangela. I think that's why they decided to go with Tangrowth in Pokopia, for that exact reason. Which is fun. See, when they pick unique Pokemon like Tangrowth, and don't go with, like, Lucario for the 50th, 1000th time, it's fun. And unique. How different would Pokopia's vibes be if they went with, like, Professor Charizard? Professor Gengar. Also, heads up, Twitch chat ads are gonna play, but they're the last ads of the night. We're getting some good resets in tonight, chat, and then we will be back again doing this tomorrow. But let's get a few more resets in before we're done. Seismic salad. Start a new restaurant. That's your star dish. The seismic salad. Professor Mr. Mime. I laughed out loud because one of the habitats in Pokopia is shared by both... I believe it's Mime Jr. I don't think it's Mr. Mime. Mime Jr. and Superior. That cracked me up. Two Pokemon that I don't think have anything in common. But they love to read, apparently. Know how to play your theme on the piano? That's cool. Pokopia has a lot of unique interactions between Pokemon that you would never think would interact. Like, there's a unique interaction between Magneton and Mimikyu, which is quite fun. I caught a really fun interaction between Tyranitar and Larvitar. That was cute. Miss Carp, are you shiny? No. Break free. We gotta break the chain, break free. Just like Troy Bolton. I said that was cool. Soaring, flying. There are no shinies shining right now. None. Alright, we'll probably get to... We'll do 10 more carp checks. 10 more. They turned 20? That makes sense, because didn't Hannah Montana just have a big anniversary? That stuff all seems around the same time. Mr. Carp? Nope. It's crazy how this year has been the anniversary for so many different franchises. Like, what's going on? Pokemon, Zelda, Hannah Montana. I think it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anniversary. Like, I don't know what's going on. This is the year of anniversaries. Okay, another Animal Crossing song I get to skip. There are so many IPs. Tamagotchi? Oh my goodness. I love little digital pets like Tamagotchi. They're so much fun. Digimon famously also started as a very similar product. There's just something about raising a cute little guy that's universal, I guess. All cultures. Everybody loves raising a cute little guy. What's up, everybody? We're getting our final checks in for tonight, and then we'll be back again stuck in the lab unless Charmander wants to show up shiny right now tomorrow. The Hunchback of Notre Dame turns 30? Oh my god. Disney sure as shit wouldn't make a movie like that anymore. Scalped on eBay? No. Yeah, Digivices are so expensive. They have been for years and years. I could make a small fortune selling the few Digivices that I have. Which I never would. They're too sentimental. But yeah, they sell for a lot of money. Lots of money. Stuck at Naval Rock? Oh, that's fun. Most people are choosing to do Deoxys. Birth Island. Naval Rock. It kind of popped off with those names. I want him to give us emeralds so we can go after Mew. Being able to officially shiny hunt Mew and not in Pogo. would be incredible. Which I watched a little, because Pogo always starts first when they do VGC events. It's usually Pogo and then VG and then TCG. And I got to look at a little bit of the Pogo meta. Incomprehensible. Incomprehensible. Let me revisit the screenshot I took and sent to somebody. The top Pokemon is Quagsire. 69% of people, nice, brought a Shadow Quagsire. And then behind that is Fortress. What do you mean? Fortress is meta-relevant. Wigglytuff, Guzzlord, Corviknight, Empoleon, Annihilate, Medicham, Altaria, Licky, Clodsire, and Gourgeist. The top 12 Pokemon that people brought to the special event in Spain. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean Gourgeist is good? What do you mean Clodsire and Altaria are good? Huh? Incomprehensible. Pogo meta is on crack. I never thought I'd see the day where Fortress was ever brought to anything. Good for him. I never thought he had it in him. Oh, is Trick or Treat really good in Pogo? Modest Magikarp for 3,700! Oh my goodness. I like Fortress too. I always have. Definitely not as, competitively built as Scizor. However, the Bagworm Pokemon. Why do I remember that? Alright, how many more I should have just stopped there. Let's do 4 more Charmanders. Charmander needs to keep ahead of Magikarp anyway. I hope I get the Mander soon, too. We're officially over halfway to odds, chat. Only halfway there. I already made that joke. In hyperspace, it's chill. Professor Oak does have very intimidating brows, doesn't he? He's like, get the hell out of my lab already. I will, Professor. You just gotta give me a gold Charmander. Please. Alright, one more check. If you had one shot, one opportunity for a shiny Charmander, would you take it? Or would you walk away? Probably smart to walk away. With these odds, you probably shouldn't be taking anything. He does look mad. He's pissed. He's like, get the hell out of here already. Oh, we ended on a female Charmander, and she is not shiny. Unfort. Oh, on 4. I've been sitting for too long, chat. My brain is going to mush. So we will pick this back up tomorrow. We will pick this back up tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Where I will, maybe get a shiny there. Maybe. Raid someone? Oh. I'm not a big raider. Oh, well, we tried, chat. We tried. We tried. And we will try again tomorrow. If you're also shiny hunting, good luck, chat. May Booper bless your shiny hunts. Can Booper bless my shiny hunt? Damn. Okay, I can't complain super hard yet. We're not over odds, but we're getting there. Alright, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, we will try again to escape the lab. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you all. Thanks for all the follows, all the resubs, and the raids. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye.